Hi and welcome back to my channel. I am Koala and this is my little nook in this end of the universe that we call YouTube. I am a shamanic practitioner mainly within Nordic shamanism, and I'm here today to talk about Rune of the Month for January of 2026. And I'm also gonna bring into this, I'm gonna bring in the Rune of Ice, that is the Rune of the Year for this year. So I'm gonna mention both of those because the Rune of the Year, those energies also affect us. So where do we begin? So we begin with what is the Rune of the Month. Rune of the Month is something that we calculate and deduce from using runic number magic. So every rune has a number, every year has a number, and every month has a number, and the rune that corresponds with the number of the month, and not number one. It's not January. We have to calculate in the year. So we take the year that is 2026 and then the one from January and see what we get. That is why the rune for January is Jera, that is the 11th rune, and the rune for the year is the 10th rune, which is Insus. So you see how those kind of go together. So the energies that we can expect in January is the energies of cyclic patterns and everything that has to do with cycles. And Jera is the rune of cyclic energy, of something called yearly growth. So from like sowing something, giving it nourishment, to harvesting it and then getting rid of the excess and, you know, clearing the path for something new. And that is the part of Jera that we are gonna be in for January, because remember, we are still in the energies of the serpent, of the snake. We are still in the year of the snake according to other traditions, which means that there's astrological energies that we walk with that are urging us to keep shedding our skin and to letting go of things. So that's because we need that before we enter the year of the horse in that tradition, and those energies still apply here. So that is why the part of Jera that is going to be most prominent, the energies that's going to be most prominent, are the end of the cycle, where we have harvested a lot, or we are in the middle of something and we need to conclude that. We need to make sure that we are ready for the next step. So completion is kind of one of the words for January when it comes to this rune. So yeah, and then we have the ice rune on top of this, which means that we can utilize the ice rune's clarity, and by centering ourselves we can find the clarity that we need to understand what we need to complete, what we need to do to successfully move forward. And something that I want you to remember is that you don't, or know at all, is that you don't have to complete something totally. You don't have to shed it all. You don't have to like leave your old life behind you, or start something, or have plans to start something completely new. You look at where you are, so you center yourself. The advice for this is to center yourself often when you feel like you don't really know what you're doing, what you want, and then receive the guidance and clarity from the Sky Father and from within, so that you can see clearly, where am I, and then take small steps. So look at where you are in whatever process you are, and divide it into smaller steps and see, where am I and what is my next step, because this little thing might be the one you need to conclude or complete or shed in order to get to the next one. Not this big thing. It doesn't have to be that. If you are working on something this big, then it's still just the last pieces of the puzzle that you need to look at before moving forward, and that can look different for you and for me. Other energies that is also going to be prominent in January is the energy of love from Jera, because Jera is the rune of love. It's the rune of yearly growth, but it's also the rune for love, the universal, divine, unconditional love that we have around us at all times. So we have this unconditional love from the universe, from the people that have gone before us, like our ancestors, our forefathers, and we need to remember that we are loved and we are supported, and the universe wants what's best for us. It wants to support us. It wants us to succeed in whatever we do. So we need to come back to that and remind ourselves of that in January. So one thing to do if you are prone to the negative aspects of cyclic behavior, cyclic thinking, that I'm going to talk about in a bit, and also if you have a tendency to maybe go into depression and that sort of thing, is to keep a gratitude journal. You might hear it and be like, are you gonna talk about those things as well, Koala? Because you might see it everywhere. If you see it everywhere, then take it as a hint that it might be for you. So in January it could be a good thing to keep a gratitude journal and just write something down every day, or just sit with yourself. You don't have to write it down, but you can sit with yourself and center yourself, go back to the heart and receive this unconditional love from the universe, and just feel grateful for whatever you need to express gratitude towards in the moment, whatever comes to you. It can be something simple. It can be like, I'm so grateful I can have a cup of tea every day, or I'm so grateful that I have these people in my life, or I'm so grateful I have a roof over my head, or I'm so grateful I can go on vacation later this year. You know, whatever it is, just come back to gratitude, because there are negative aspects of this rune this month, and I'm gonna get to those first, or I'm gonna get to those now. I'm gonna talk about this now. So the negative aspects of this of Jera is, of course, feeling that there are no love, that you feel like you have been forgotten, that you feel like you are exempt from this unconditional love, and that everything is against you. That's kind of the opposite energies that you can encounter, especially if you are prone to being in or ending up in negative spirals with thinking or doing, and because we are in the rune of the year is the ice rune, which has the negative property of stagnation, of not being motivated, and of depression and fears. So it is possible that you can be prone to fear and let the fear stop you from completing, that you're afraid of moving forward. And that is why it's good to get back to the heart space and feel the gratitude, and also center yourself and receive the clarity from the universe and from within when you feel like you are in these headspaces. So the positive energies that we can expect in January are the ones of this cycles. So if there's something that you have been longing to really shed, or you feel like you have you really are in the last phases of something, and you felt like, oh, I didn't have time for that before the end of the year. I really don't want to bring this into the new year. You still have time, because we don't enter the year of the horse until mid-February, and the energies of January are gonna be really helping us to shed the last bits and pieces, and to conclude and complete and be in those energies for a little while longer. So with the clarity of the ice rune, with the love from Jera, and the cycles that we are gonna be in, we're gonna feel this cyclic energy. I think we're all gonna do amazing in January, and that is the mindset I want you to go into this month with. So I think that is all for now. If you want to know more about this, or if you want to know more about the runes of the month, or if you want to know more about number magic, because that's what we use when we deduce the the runes for each year and each month and even each day, then please consider becoming a member of my Patreon on Tier Curious, and there are some videos up there already about runic number magic. I have 2 videos up there, and there's gonna be a video in January about something related that is also connected to runic number magic. In January I'm gonna make a video for those of you who have done a yearly rune spread with runes, and I'm gonna talk about how the yearly rune that you have gotten from the runes might affect your year when you walk through 2026. So with all of that said and done, I'm gonna say walk in beauty, and I will see you next year. I will see you in 2026. Xingling.